Here we're going to take a look at the PLC. The second PLC is controlling the Viewmarq display, so it's got the address 1. The program itself is pretty straightforward, but we're going to take a look at the Viewmarq display subroutine. And in there we see a couple things that are happening. First, to get text material into our PLC, we have to use a copy command. And the copy command allows us to take text. Here I'm going to right-click, copy this, and show you what text is really there. You see it's the command string, but it's missing the closing and it's surrounded by quotes. We'll talk about that in detail in a moment. And it's going to start in text 1. It automatically calculates how long that is. What we're going to have you do is look at this ladder, see how it works. I'll go through it, and then we're going to see how to change our send command if we wanted. Well, let's look at this in more detail. There's 86 characters so far that are in text memory, or 85, 1 through 85. If I was to look at a data view, and I've got one there, I can say add new data view, example text view, and if I put in the address txt1, it'll show me there's a greater than sign. Now if we go back to our send command or our copy command, we see that's there. Like Excel, I can just say fill down, and it knows to go to the next address. And we can see, sure enough, we're seeing less than the ID, a space character. Okay, another space character is 0. Then clear is bracket. You know, this is the opening bracket, the letter C. And if we do a few more, CLR, and closing. So those are how we're getting text into the PLC. An unelegant way to convert a number to a 0 is I told it to take a quote unquote 0, which told it was text, and store it into 86. Why 86? Well, it's the next memory location. I'm converting only one value from the counter, and I'm forcing the counter to be single digit. Then here, you see I've copied the ending text that you would have from the data view, from the Viewmarq, and putting that in location 87 through 90. The Viewmarq requires a carriage return at the end of the line. So that's where this value of 0D came from. Now it knew that that was an ASCII value because it recognized the $sign and the 0D. Then we have our send command. Now the send command says one way to operate it is with that PLC and the HMI screen. Is there a toggle switch on the HMI? And then whenever the flag is open, whenever that port is free, let it send. It's the only thing using port 1. So in the send command, here's the address of the display, leaving these default. The starting slave address, this is the Modbus address that was given by the manufacturer of the display, so we can't use click addressing. Then I want to start at text 1 and go through 246. Actually, in revisiting this, I really only need to go to 91, but it says go to 92. And it would be fine. It says, see, it has to be even. That has to do with we are sending 8-bit values in a system that has 16-bit words, so it has to be an even number, as there's 2 8-bits in every 16 bits. So I go 92. Now on the displays, I've made errors that show sending, success, and error, and they'll light up. Now, if I wanted to change this, we're going to download to here. Now, you had already done a save as, saved it and modified it. So then, if we wanted to put your own command here, well, what do we have to do? We have to know how big it is. We then have to probably ignore rungs 11 through 2. Actually, we could even ignore 12, and we could put the whole string in there if we're not going to send a number. So we delete from 12 to 2. Then we would simply put in your new address wherever the text ends at. That would be the new command, and send it in. For this exercise, I've decided to make it easy. I just want you to test this out and change this to a lowercase r and see if that works. Then if you want to try, you can try to put your own message in there. So it's forcing me to save the file. And then I've done that, then that's good. If I was going to use the Viewmarq, let me just show you what that would look like. I'm going to pull up the Viewmarq display. I'm going to say hello with an exclamation mark. I'm going to copy my code here. So that code now, my new line is going to be this line. I'm going to go into the Viewmarq subroutine. I'm going to hit quotes, paste, quotes. Now you see that goes to 70. For this one to work, I'm going to skip all these others, and I'm going to tell it this carriage return shouldn't go to, shouldn't go to 91. It should start at 71. That's because if we go back up, we saw the message I wrote takes up 70s, and I'm going to go down and change the carriage return to be there. Now that it's 71, I'm going to change this to 72 and download it. So that's the procedure you'll need to follow if you want to be able to have the PLC send messages to the Viewmarq display. We are limited in length to about 256 characters, and there's other solutions for that. So hopefully that works. That's what I'm going to find out after I run it. But those are the procedures we have to go through. Okay, so now I'm going to close out of here, and we go out to the machine and see it. So to review, the main program we're working at was the one that was at the lower number, +1. So it's the unit odd number, the second PLC that has the Viewmarq software. You would do a save as before, save it as original copy, do a save the project, and a save as with your name. Then work with the one with your name. Then from that HMI, you should be able to run it and operate it. Well, we'll see what happens. And this ends this video. Thank you for watching.